Here is Petronilla. Let's hear what God has done to her.
Praise God, church. Praise God again. Well, my testimony is about deliverance through praise and thanksgiving. For the last 5 years, I had been living under demonic attack. The attack was so bad that it manifested like lice in my head. Every time I walked, I would feel as if things are walking in my head. And then when it comes to the body, there are things which used to move. I can't even describe them. And then on the right leg and the left leg, the demon manifested like a snake. So every time I moved around, I would feel something like a snake-like creature moving down my legs. And then the last attack was on my right hand, just here below the shoulder. This one paralyzed me to an extent that I was unable to do even the simplest chore like eating. Whenever I tried to pick my spoon and eat food, this thing would begin to fit. It would fit and I would immediately stop doing what I was doing. I was unable to do even cleaning the house, cleaning the dishes because of this attack which was on my right hand. It was a monitoring spirit. So I kept coming to church. I would attend the Wednesday Holy Communion service, the Friday warfare, and even Tuesday. So every time I came, I would go home and I would take home the declarations that Papa used to make. So I continued attending the Friday warfare service. This one has continued on for the last 1 year. And then there was a day that Papa talked about thanksgiving and praise. That when praises ascend the throne of grace, blessings comes down. And also, when you are a heart that is thankful, is always a thankful life. So I would come, I would listen to, I would attend the service, go home, just sit on the promises sit on the declarations that have been declared. But when I went home, I stopped praying and I began to praise and thank God. So the minute I start praising, something started happening. Whenever I began praising, I would begin to yawn. I would yawn for almost a minute, and because of that, I would stop praising. And then I would stay for another 30 or so minutes, and then I would begin to praise. As I begin to praise and worship, the thing would come back again. I would begin to yawn, and I would yawn until I stopped doing what? Doing praise. So this one went on for quite some time, but then then God made me remember something. Could this be the way in which God was going to do what? To deliver me. So every time I began to praise and worship, I would begin to yawn. And this time I decided to count the number of yawns that I would yawn when I'm praising God. So for the next 10 to 30 minutes, I realized that whenever I begin to praise and to thank God, I would yawn like 30 to 40 times. And I found this to be very, very unusual. So I continued to praise and worship, and as time went on, I realized that no longer do I experience the lice-like things on my head. And another thing that happened was that every morning before I wake up from bed, something like a whirlwind would come. It would whirl and enter into my body through my feet and sometimes through my stomach. So I continued with the praise and worship, and I also continued to attend the Wednesday Holy Communion service and the warfare. The whirlwind stopped, and then those things that were moving in my body up and down, they also stopped. And then finally, this thing that used to attack me left me. And now as I stand here today, I'm here to testify that there is deliverance through praise and worship, and that the God of this altar is a true God. Thank you.
And we celebrate Jesus for what he has done.